Section 4. Creating Transitional Surfaces. In this section you will learn how to create the fillets, use the fillet tool with some advanced options to give us a better quality surface. Okay, so we're ready to create our fillets. First I'm going to create the fillet that's running along the theoretical line. So I'm just going to pick these two surfaces and we'll hide everything else. Before I start, I'm going to make my spheres visible. As you can see here, the top surface needs to come back to here. When we fitted the curves, that's where the ending of the surface was. So I'm going to go to the top and we'll use the extend tool, and with the snap function I'm just going to bring this back. Okay, right about there. Perfect. Okay, we can make these spheres invisible, so I don't need them anymore, and we're ready to fill it. Surface, fillet. We'll select the top, bottom, and we'll build it. Okay, so we're going to go to advanced options and we're going to use quarter fillet. We want curvature on multiple surfaces. Quarter distance is going to be 23. Okay. Now as you can see here is not such a clean fillet, so let's see what we can do. We're going to turn on Bezier surfaces. Okay, that's much better. It's already a little bit cleaner. If we turn on the CVs, as you can see. Okay, I know it gives me a couple different patches, but it's much cleaner. And if we go turn on explicit control, okay, I could get that down to 2 patches. Okay, 6 degrees. I'm pretty happy with that. And trim type, we want curve on surface. I'm gonna need that later on to trim the top. And then we go next and we close that. Okay, so we're done with that fillet. We'll make the other 2 surfaces visible, and I'm ready to create the front fillet now. To create the front fillet, I'm gonna pick these surfaces and we'll hide everything else. I'm also gonna need my spheres for reference, and I'm gonna go to the top view. Okay, we're gonna zoom in this area, and on the top surface we're gonna turn on patch precision. Now I want a patch that's very close to the center of that sphere, as close as I can get it. Okay, I think that's pretty good right there. Okay, go back to the front view now. I don't need the spheres, we can hide them. I'm gonna select the surface and show CVs. I'm gonna add another hull in there to give this surface a bit more math. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And I'm gonna use a couple curves. And we're going to project them on the surface. Okay, I don't need the curves anymore. I'm gonna go back to the top view. I'm gonna trim these curved surfaces out. We're gonna use the curve section tool, trim geometry, and I'm gonna click on the curve on surface, and I want to trim there, and we'll do the same for this side. Okay, we're gonna duplicate these curves and surfaces. Duplicate. We can get rid of the curve and surfaces now, as I don't want to build off a curve and surface. And now we're ready to create our curves using a blend. Okay, we want to make sure we have this option on, and one, pick the rebuild curve, one, okay, we're gonna align these. We want G2, and there as well. And if I actually shift and pick both, I can do both at the same time. Okay, so we're going to create a square in there now. Okay, we'll set everything back to, okay, we'll start off with fixed, so that's 1. Now here I want to pick the second patch line, 3, 4. We'll show the CVs here. Okay, pretty good. So we want 2 to be curvature, and we want 4 to be curvature. We also want 2 to be collinear, and we want 4 to be collinear. Okay, as you can see here, we have a little bit of a V going on. We're going to go to explicit control. So we're going to match the bottom surface 5, 4. Okay. Now the only way to fix that is if we use a slide hull, and we're going to have to move this a little bit there. Okay. A little bit more. Make sure we're in full front view. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm happy with that. Make everything else visible. I don't need these curves anymore. Okay, that's the front fillets, and now we're going to create the back fillet. Okay, to create the back surface, I'm going to make a duplicate of these. I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to assign that, and we're going to symmetry. Then we're going to create geometry out of the other side. Layers, symmetry, create geometry. Okay. I'm going to select the 2 fillets, and this one as well, and the surface, and we're going to hide everything else. We're going to go into top view, and we're going to put some curves on there. Okay. Now this is a reason why I didn't touch the back surface and I didn't make it to scale, because we're going to project this and then trim for that surface. So we're going to project the 2 curves. Okay. We pick the curves as we don't need them. And we're going to trim convert this surface. Okay. We'll take the other one, the duplicate, and we'll assign it here. And we're going to have to fix this one a little bit now. So we go back to our patch here, and we're going to turn on the CVs. Okay, so some of these CVs are not very straight, so we're just going to straighten them out. Again, I straighten them out with a shift here. Okay, and these ones as well. Now this is shift and middle mouse going in this direction, and we'll just go through all of this just to make sure that they're nice and straight. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we need to adjust the surface a little bit. We're gonna need to put symmetrical on again. Okay, and we're just gonna move this up a little bit. There we go. And using the NUV, we're just gonna fix this up. Okay. Very nice. Okay, I'm happy with that. We'll make everything else visible again. We're gonna select this surface. We're gonna select this and this fillet and this fillet, and we'll hide everything else. Here I'm gonna add another span to give it a bit more math. And now we're gonna put some curves on there. Okay, we want it to the fillet, and here as well. Okay, let's make sure these are aligned properly. Okay, G2 on there. There as well. Okay. Alright. We're ready to create our square. Okay, we want to reset this. Fixed. We'll take these off. Okay, and we're going to start building our square. Turn on the CVs. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we want 2 to be curvature. We want 4 to be curvature. Okay, we want explicit control on 5, 4. Now we want collinear on 2 and 4. Okay, once again you can see there's a little bit of zigzag here, so we're just going to slide this hull. Okay, and that's pretty nice and straight, and we're happy with that. Okay, we'll clear the curved sections there. Okay, we'll make everything visible. And we've completed our fillets. Now we're ready to move on to the next section.